Charlie Martin is a racing driver who's using her platform to improve inclusivity and acceptance in motorsport. So we caught up with Charlie to learn more about her story.
The real breakthrough moment for me, I'd been competing for quite a long time at this point. I heard of this race in France, which was a round of the French Hill Climb Championship, and I went and did it in 2014. Long story short, I absolutely smashed it. I won by, I think, a 3-second margin, which is huge in hill climb. And I even broke the course record by a couple of seconds. I was in quite a few of the local papers, and I just came away and I thought, right, that's it. Life has thrown quite a few curveballs at me, and it's forced me to be quite resilient and independent. I lost my dad to cancer when I was, 10 or 11 years old, and then my mum the same when I was 23. The big thing that I really struggled with was the realisation at a very young age that I'm transgender. I'd always seen motorsport as being something that other people did back then. When I was growing up, I never saw transgender people. The only time I saw somebody was when they're presented in a very negative context. And so you can imagine, as a young person growing up, that's incredibly damaging. One of the things I find really frustrating is that idea of unfulfilled potential, because I feel like I had a lot of potential when I was growing up, but I didn't know how to channel my energy because I just wasn't really living as the person that I am, and I didn't know how to be me, and I couldn't see that I'd ever be accepted in a lot of the careers I was interested in, and especially motorsport. It's one of the reasons I'm so passionate now about using my visibility and my role, I guess, within motorsport to inspire other people and just to increase awareness and acceptance and empathy in society, really, by sharing my story. I have faced quite a bit of adversity being transgender in motorsports. Everything from small things to pretty big things. It's not like I go into situations and I want to just tell everyone that I'm transgender, but I've raced in teams where that was very much the elephant in the room. When people understand the situations you've had to deal with and contend with, that really changes their whole understanding and their whole opinion. Once you achieve that, that's how you really start to create big change in society. I guess now I'm just trying to do that on a bigger and bigger scale by sharing my story in a way that people find very relatable, and that will hopefully therefore make life easier for the next person that comes along. The dream for me, primarily it's to compete at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, because it's the biggest race arguably in the world, but there's a lot I'd like to try and achieve, really. But Le Mans is the big one. I'm really loving being in the pulmonary Race at Home Challenge. It's a great opportunity to really test yourself against some of the fastest drivers out there. The nature of the racing around these very tight street circuits is, it's pretty fanatic. To try and get up there and mix it with the guys in the top 10 would be a real achievement. And so I'd be satisfied with that, I think, yeah.